The following podcast contains explicit language, which may not be suitable for all adults. If you are easily offended, please do not listen to this podcast. You have been warned.
What's up, you dummies out there? Welcome back to another edition of the Randomness Podcast. I'm Kevin Wire. That's Matt Saunders. He's not really here. It's just me this week. That's a picture. Let's get into this shit show. So yeah, doing it alone this week again. Matt is out of town. His wife's birthday is more important than the podcast, apparently. So you just get me this week. And I'll try not to say and so and what and make that weird noise with my throat every time I talk. So what are we going to talk about this week? I have no idea. I wrote down a few things. Don't know if I'll actually talk about those or not. So we're going to hit that $100 idea at some point. Going to shout out a few podcasts maybe. And then we're going to get out of here. There's going to be a short one. Trying a few new things with some lighting. Don't know if that's going to work or not. You guys let me know what it looks like on screen. Unless you're just listening to this, and then it doesn't really matter. All right. Well, first thing I will talk about that is because over the past few days, I have seen what I can only describe as irregular pants. Now, what I mean by that is I've seen, and it's only been on women, larger women, shapely, if you will, but not the shapes that you're really looking for, and not your typical like just round or hourglass or anything like that. These are more obscure geometric designs. But yeah, I mean, I understand that women's clothes are different, but how does a person that's shaped like this woman had little skinny like ankles and then came up, and then the back of the leg was pretty straight, but the front of the thigh went way out. And we talked about this before. It looked like she tucked her gun way down in her pants into her, like the front of her thigh. But also that went up, right? And then it's got the hump for the gun hump, I guess. And then, but her ass went way out like that. It was like a letter P. It was like the P in the podcast up there. But with a bulging front part. I don't know. It was really odd. And I thought, are those special made, or, is that on like an irregular rack? You got like all your sizes, 0 to whatever, or you got small, medium, large, that kind of thing. And then there's like the regular pants section where, I mean, do they look like that if you just hold them up? Are they like that? I assume they're stretchy. It's so weird to see him up there and not over there. I want to talk to him. Matt, what do you think about it? I wonder if I could sit in his seat and talk like him. No, because I'd show up in front of him. No, I wouldn't be, but I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, irregular pants. Women, very few women that are watching, explain to me how pants work in a women's clothing store. Because the other one that I saw was almost the same, but her hips, like out this way, were, I mean, it was like two end tables. Like she was a couch and there was two end tables. And then she had the front coffee table gun, right? And then like maybe an ottoman behind her. I don't know. But her calves were huge. So it was like small ankles, huge calves, small knees, huge thighs, huge waist and butt. But everything was tight. It was tight all the way down. It wasn't like she wasn't wearing like a muumuu or like some kind of sweatpants or anything. These were jeans that were tight all the way down. So they had to be stretchable, but they weren't leggings. Thank goodness. I don't know if leggings could have held all that in, but I just don't understand how that works. Guys' jeans are pretty simple. You have waist size and then inseam. That's it. You don't really have any other options. Things change from brand to brand, but I don't know. I assume that big fat guys have the same problem finding jeans. Mostly just because once you get into like a 48 waist or something, like most of those guys have little high waters on because the inseams are weird. But anyway, I'm not a clothing designer. I wouldn't know where to start, especially to make those kind of geometric designs. So I'm gonna take a drink of some ugly sparkling water. This is the caffeinated sparkling water, so there's some caffeine in there. It's a little energy drink called Mountain Ugly. I don't know what their website is. I bought this. I tried to get them to be a sponsor of the show, and they said no. So I don't really know why I'm talking about them, but it's pretty. Feel like sparkling water. It's pretty good. They said it was like comparable to Mountain Dew. They fucking lied because it's not. Taste wise, it's not even close. It just tastes like flat lemon lime pop, but it is caffeinated, has some vitamins, so it's a little bit. It's better than just drinking pure water because I do that and I get tired of it. Trying to. There's no sugar in it, but it's probably got something else that causes some kind of cancer.
This episode of the Randomness Podcast is brought to you by Rewind. Are you looking for a great tasting greens drink? Well, look no further. RewindCO.com is your place to go. They make the best tasting greens drink on the planet. My personal favorite flavor is cherry and pineapple, but they also have peach and berry. More flavors coming soon. Make sure you visit RewindCO.com to get the best tasting greens superfood drink on the planet. And if you're a Randomness Podcast dummy, you can use promo code DUMMY20 and get an extra 20% off your first order. That's DUMMY20, all capital letters. They are running a special discount now, and you get this 20% off of that discount. So do yourself a favor, get healthy, get some Rewind, and support the podcast. Thanks, dummies.
All right. Well, let's move on to some local news. I'm in West Virginia. You guys may or may not know that. And, the whole big story, obviously, in the country is getting vaccinated. And a lot of states are trying to incentivize people to do that with money or whatever, mostly money, in some form of lottery or something like that. So, our great governor, Justice, decided that he was going to do the same thing. He's going to try to keep up with the Joneses, as people say, and offer drawings for anybody that's over 16 that's getting. I don't know if they're reducing that down to the 12-year-olds that can get it now. But if you had the vaccine or you plan to get the vaccine, you get entered into a drawing, I assume weekly, maybe, that they're going to give away full scholarships to kids under 18. So that's pretty cool. I don't know where it's to, probably some online college or something, but they're also going to give away some full-size F-150 trucks, and they said they were going to make a few millionaires. I don't know how many that's going to be, but so I'm vaccinated. My wife's vaccinated. All of my kids are vaccinated with at least one shot at this point. So that's 5 possible entries that we can get $1 million. I actually take the truck because I need a vehicle right now. But I'll take any of that. Scholarships would be great. But I'm wondering, those are pretty basic things. That's for West Virginia. That's cool. College scholarships because people can't afford it. Trucks because people really like trucks around here. And obviously $1 million. People like money. But what about other states? are they going to follow suit and do this kind of thing, but gear it towards their state? You know, like really, if West Virginia was going to do it right, we would get like into like, you want a year's supply of moonshine, or you get weekly meth injections. I don't know how you take meth, but maybe you smoke it. I have no idea. I'm such. I just drink. That's about all I do. But yeah, leave it in the comment if your state is doing something similar and what the prizes are for getting this injection of the vaccine. So it seems really weird that we have to do that to get people to get a vaccine. But the vaccine itself is really weird and the whole situation is really weird. So I don't know what I should expect. I think they should give away some other prizes versus money, things that like maybe like a free large pizza every week, or maybe you get to punch the governor in the face. I don't know. Whatever you want to do. Maybe you get to pick what you get up to $1 million worth. You get $1 million worth of French fries from Wendy's. I don't know. So that's something else that's just going on that you got to try to keep up with. And I think with the kids 16 to 35 also can sign on to some website and you get your choice of either $100 savings bond or $100 gift card. I don't know if it's like a Visa gift card or a Walmart gift card or what it is. I have no idea. It's all fucking weird shit anyway. So, it's all right. I'm entered. So I tell you what, if I win $1 million, you're going to find some new co-hosts for this podcast because I'm going to be on vacay. All right. And now I keep seeing these stories. Now, this is something I don't care for anyway. It's just another excuse for some company to make money or some people to have, they want to fit in or try to do something. Anyway, but gender reveal parties. I know people have talked about it before, but things are getting really out of hand with people are getting fucking injured at gender reveal parties because these damn rednecks are filling 50-gallon drums with high explosives and damn paint or whatever, and they think it's hilarious, and then they're gonna go shoot it with a flaming bow and arrow or something, and it blows up half a damn block. And then you hear it on the news, like 12 people injured at a gender reveal party, and you're thinking, okay, did the baby daddy come in and like shoot everybody, or was there a big fight or what? No, it was the reveal of the baby's gender that killed 12 people. So, I mean, I don't know where it's not. I mean, it used to just be like, oh, okay, here's you pop a balloon that has some powder in it, or, you hit a golf ball that explodes and it's got some kind of powder in it. And it's just like, okay. But then it got to like, okay, well, the dad's a gun nut. So he shoots a target down the field and it's like, like a jug full of powder, right? Harmful, just colored powder. Or maybe they open a box and like blue balloons fly out. That shit's harmless. But at somewhere along the line, everybody has to outdo each other. And then somebody's like, let me, hold this, has the wife like hold a can on her head and he has to like shoot it off with a slingshot or something. And then it pegs her eye out. And then then it's like, oh, you got to feel sorry for these people. They get a GoFundMe set up and then they get rich. It's really just the weirdest time to live in right now. But I don't understand all these explosion ones. Like it's a gender reveal party. Like we didn't even find out what ours was. Who cares, really? I just don't. I don't really understand the reasoning behind having that big of an explosion just to find out the sex of your baby. And really, I'm kind of surprised, actually. I think because of the whole, like, don't tell the baby doesn't know its own gender yet, whatever. Those crazy people. That's a whole nother side. You got this side that's blowing things up to find out what the gender's going to be, and then this side that's like, don't let the baby decide when they're 18. Whatever. Don't even name your baby. Let them grow up and decide if they're a man or a woman or a dog or a, Republican. I don't know. Whatever. Just there's just too many people. I think what this is going to be. Okay, Matt, you got to stop. Why are you looking at me like that? And why is your thumb pointed towards your butthole? That's what I want to know. It's getting weird. You're not moving up there. Anyway, sorry, I got distracted by the image of my non-existent co-host. So yeah, anyway, gender reveals, they suck. Stop doing them. No one likes them. I don't even think the people there like them. Although some of the funny things is when the dad is like, throws a baseball into a dunking booth and the water goes down and it explodes and then it's pink and then he's all pissed off because he wanted a son. I always think that's kind of funny because it's like everybody's cheering and he's just like, fuck, another girl. I have 3 girls. Didn't really matter to me. It's like you love them no matter what. So I don't know. I'm gonna chug some ugly. Oh God, that sounds pretty bad, doesn't it? Does that sound gay? I'm gonna chug some ugly. I don't know. It's good. All right. One more thing before I get into $100 ideas. I love typos and bad grammar and broken English. I find it hilarious. Fumble Penis podcast. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. He's currently doing some reading reviews of Dollar Trees around his area, I guess. And most of the time, people that write a negative review, they can't spell, they don't use punctuation, they speak broken English, whatever. He's doing that segment. Cracks me up because I love the broken English. Well, I read a comment on a Facebook post the other day, and the person misspelled Fixer Upper. They spelled Fixer with a U instead of an I, which I'm sure is like just a slip of the finger. But so that says Fuxer Upper. Now, I laughed because I thought that was funny, but then I thought, Fuxer Upper, that sounds like a real thing. Like when a girl like tries to find a guy and she's going to fix him and groom him to be like a good man or a good husband, I think that's going to be the new term. It's a Fuxer Upper. She's going to be like talking to her girlfriends. She's like, I think I found one. I think I found my Fuxer Upper. And they're going to know exactly what oh, yeah. And she'll be like, oh, he's got a good foundation, he wasn't built that long ago. Right. He just needs a little TLC, rearranging of his mental floor plan. Get that going down. Beef up some studs, I guess. Well, I don't know what that would be. I mean, I guess it would only be girls that do that. I don't know guys that, not many. I'm sure there's some out there, but most guys aren't getting a girl and then trying to improve her. I think most guys are trying to find that higher end and then break it down to their level. It's really what I think that, because girls are the other way around. They want to find somebody ground level and make a penthouse out of them. And they have that Fuxer Upper. That could be a new TLC show. The Fuxer Upper. Sorry about that burp. But the Mountain Ugly is getting to me. So if you are that type of woman, start using the terms Fuxer Upper. I want it to go out there. I'm going to hashtag it. I'm going to do all that stuff and try to get it trending on Twitter or TikTok or something. I've never made a TikTok and I probably won't, but yeah. So anyway, get yourself a Fuxer Upper, ladies. All right. We're going to hit the $100 idea barrel and see what's in there. $100 idea. It's so weird by myself. All right, pop it off. Dang, 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 dang. It's empty. There's nothing in here. Yeah. So we're not doing $100 ideas this week. But here's what I'll do. In the comments, give me $100 idea. Tell us what we should talk about on the next podcast as $100 idea. Something that doesn't exist, that should exist, but is also really dumb. If you've seen the show before, you know what the $100 ideas are about. It's all about that dumbness. And some of them actually are kind of cool. So, but before I go, make sure that you're checking out some of our good friends over at Plaid Jacket Philosopher. Check out his podcast. It's a very well done podcast. It's really nothing like this podcast. He has interesting guests and it's very well put together. Not like this randomness. So go check out Plaid Jacket Philosopher. Also check out Next on Stage 1 if you like strippers, you like women, you like talks, you like a little bit of dirty talk. Go check out my girl over at Next on Stage 1. And as always, check out the Fumble Penis podcast. It's starting to be a little podcast clique. I don't know if they would agree with that or not, but we're spreading the love, and that's as gay as you want it to be. So, all right, and don't forget to go out and check out our merch page. Make sure that you're subscribing to the podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure you're following us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. But if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the Army of Dummies. There should be down in that corner over there a little button you can hit and boom, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when we're doing new content. Now, this is episode 49 of the podcast. Next week is episode 50, and we're going to try to do something special for that. That's 50 episodes on the YouTube. We're going to change the sign from the 100 subscribers to we are now at 120, and we have surpassed the 5,000 download mark on Anchor, and so we're moving. It's getting there. But tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell anybody you want to sign up, follow the show, and be prepared for what comes next. Probably the same shit. So, also, go out to rewindco.com, get your Rewind Greens energy drink for the 50. It's got 50 superfoods in it. Super easy to drink. Very, very tasty. Just got an order of peach flavored, and I thought I would hate it because I don't really like peach flavored. It's actually become my favorite. Go out to their website, rewindco.com, enter the promo code DUMMY20, DUMMY20, all capital letters and capital numbers, and you will get 20% off your first order. Guaranteed you will order again after that. All right, until next week, when I have a real co-host, I'm out of here. Later, dummies. Dum 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 dum.